Hello, how are you doing today? I'm Fiadh. I'm an energy and spirit worker, Reiki Master, and Healing Arts Practitioner. And today what I'm offering is the first in a series I want to do, inspired by the Major Arcana, specifically of going on this journey of healing through the archetypes of the Major Arcana, whether this be for self-development, for your spiritual practice, manifestation, however you wish to use these archetypes, and channeling Reiki and spirit energy working on this journey. And you can watch these in order as I release them to go on the journey with them. Or you can pick and choose depending on what archetype you want more of in your life, how you want to harness them or embody this energy. Anyway, with all that being said, thank you so much for being here with me today. I want to start with, of course, if we're going on this journey, the first card of the Major Arcana, which is the Fool. And I'm using the Cat Tarot for this demonstration because I love the imagery. And this is by Megan Lynott. And the Fool is this archetype. I consider it almost like that very childlike inner child. And it's all about new beginnings. The start of your journey. Someone once told me that the zero is almost like a portal. The point of beginnings and endings. And harnessing this archetype, you can tap into this energy of starting fresh, of being open and curious and trusting. Having that very open-mindedness. When you're a kid, you don't have limiting beliefs. Because your brain is flexible, it's still forming. At least when you're like a small child. As we get older, we start forming more neural links. And we become a bit more unflexible. But we're still not quite as rigid in our thinking. We're a bit more creative and open. And still contain that wonder. So I want to utilize this energy. Just take a moment to gaze at this card, whatever comes up for you. And tap into this archetype to help us move into our new beginnings of our openness and our trust. And the wonder of unlimited possibilities without attachment. I love the art on this deck. I'm just going to place that below you. I'm just going to center myself and call in the energy of Reiki and of the archetype, the energy of the Fool. Just tapping into your energetic body, connecting. Open things before I get on camera because the moment I feel like I'm being observed, just like, I don't know how to be a person. Cardboard box, that's beyond me. Bringing in this beautiful dragon's blood that smells so good. And dragon's blood is very cleansing and fiercely protective, just like a dragon. Sending this incense as an offering to Reiki, to the spirit of the Fool. I'm an animist, so I personally do think each of my individual decks kind of contain their own spirits. Not necessarily human spirits, just to explain it. They just feel very conscious. Sending this energetic offering to you, to your higher self, to all those on your spirit team, to your ancestors, and to the divine, whatever that means to you. Just moving this through the heart, the solar plexus, trying not to get the burning part near you. Sweet Pea is so scared of my foster cat. I feel bad. She's just running away up to the second floor though. She's not hiding in my walls anymore, so I'll take that as a win. Just really tapping into the heart space. Having a bit of an open heart. The shadow side of the Fool can be about being naive. But I think if you get so focused on the hurts of your past and of not being naive anymore, you can really close yourself off. Like, I'd rather personally be optimistic and hopeful and still sometimes not have things work in my favor, rather than letting myself be very jaded. Green amethyst. It's very light in energy, but still grounding. Supportive of your playfulness, your connection to nature spirits. your youth. Energetically, not necessarily age. Going into the mind's eye with this energy. What limiting thoughts and belief patterns are keeping you from being aligned with your inner child, with taking care of your inner child, with your curiosity, with your play. What barriers have you put up to protect yourself that have actually just put you in a box? You're starting fresh, you're starting new. The world is your oyster. Just scrubbing that away. Seiki, seiki, seiki. Taikumyo, taikumyo, taikumyo. So you can see laying at the Fool's feet are 3 red roses and a white rose. The red roses symbolize passion, excitement, and the white rose is about purity, trust, can bring that passion, that excitement, and the wisdom that are unveiled in the red rose, with that trust, with that optimism, with that being okay with not knowing. So I have this rose oil. Just combing this through your aura. Just allowing yourself to really shed limitations holding you back, the fear, the self-doubt, the over-connection to the logical ego, which is that part of the ego that is us saying this core belief is logical because that's just the way it is. Disregarding the fact that, hey, that reality is just something that you've been taught. There's no scientific basis for this. Just because it was that way for you doesn't mean that that is an actual core truth of the universe. Recognizing how you use that to hold yourself back. Just expanding the energy field. Taking up space in your new beginnings. Not holding attachments to who you have to be or to who you once were. Bringing in the smoky celestial quartz with limonite. It's both high vibrational and helpful with the flow of your energy, connecting you to higher realms, but also with the earth's heart. I'm bringing this in because, you know, the Fool is 0. You've stepped through the portal, but rebirth is an exhausting process. Everything's new, everything's intense. You might just be tired and feel wrung out. This is bringing you that energy, that boost of vitality. Not necessarily just physical vitality. I would think of that more as red jasper or tiger's eye, but more of that spiritual core, your deep inner connection to who you are, that pure energetic vitality. The boost, the connection, the confidence. You're just beginning your journey. And there's no rush. There's no pressure. There's no timeline. You just are where you are. And that's exciting. You may not know what's going to happen next, but that means that anything can happen next. I just got a message. This is a very high vibrational stone, by the way. I think I mentioned that, but I'll say it again. So, you might get a lot of downloads. I feel called to mention that. If you've been called to reinvent yourself, but you're afraid to because other people knew you a certain way, reinventing yourself doesn't disregard everything from your past, you know. We're still human. We don't become complete blank slates. We still have temperament and personality. But you know, we all change. Sometimes we evolve. Sometimes we just go a different direction. And that opens even more doorways. And the people who love you are usually on their own journey, and they'll understand. And if not, then yeah, you might have to move to someone else, to other people who are more aligned with you. But I promise you, you're safe. You're not going to be completely abandoned by everyone who loves you because you're trying a different type of art or something. Or you're moving to a new job. Those are very grounded reasons, but you know. Just healing those connections. Bringing this energy down to the ground, keeping your feet planted. On the Fool's Journey, in the typical deck, he's just standing right on the Rider-Waite deck. He's standing right on the edge of a cliff, kind of like looking up in the air, staring at the sky. It's almost like he doesn't realize that if he takes one more step, he's going to be walking off the edge of a cliff. So he has to look down. Have some awareness of what's happening outside of you. Helping you feel deeply safe and supported in your journey. So called, just take a deep breath in and out. just relax, especially after celestial quartz, helping just bring you back into the body, to the present moment, that openness of energy, the trust, just helping root and ground it back into the self. Especially if any blocks came up. Seeing an eagle. Feeling that in my lower back on the, like right above the left hip, kind of in the side sacral, the sacrum. Seeing a hag. I love a hag. I love the hag archetype. Like a red-haired one. Wandering the wilderness. Like going against societal norms. There's a lot of those and a lot of typical myths and folklore of women, especially older women, who just kind of go against societal norms, who wander the wilderness. Are a bit more primal. Just channeling this last burst of energy into your full subtle body, etheric, auric, and physical body. Down into the feet, grounding and releasing. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I honor you on your journey. I wish you all of the best on your new beginnings, on my new beginnings, on all of ours. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.